have reached the middle of 2024, but what about your goals? Have you reached them? What about those new resolutions that you set yourself at the beginning of the year? Have you achieved them? Are you halfway through achieving them? I get it. You need to reinvent yourself, and I'm here to help you. Just a little disclaimer before I start. This video is not about telling you to believe in yourself, keep dreaming, you can do it. No. Not because it's wrong, but because those affirmations should already be obvious to you. And I understand that your time is valuable and I don't want to waste it. So I'm about to give you a complete step-by-step guide to become the best version of yourself and make the most of 2024. You want to look back at the end of the year and tell yourself, wow, I killed it this year. I'm so proud of myself. Make sure you grab some pen and paper because you're going to need to take notes. Hi vlog, welcome to my pink notebook. Happy July everyone, I hope you're doing fantastic today. I love July, it's my favorite month, it's my birth month and it's summertime, my favorite season. And most importantly, we have reached the middle of the year, which I think is the perfect time for a fresh start, a new beginning, new projects, new goals, aka the mid-year reset. You may feel like you haven't achieved much these past 6 months, but you still got another 6 months to change that and make this year count. In order to reinvent yourself, you're going to give yourself a second chance and start again. So this is step 1. Now the first thing I want you to do is to take a moment to sit down on your own with yourself and nothing else. No distraction, no TV, no music, nobody around to interrupt you, okay? Just yourself. And I want you to think. We're going to review 2024 so far and do like a personal retrospective. So you're going to reflect on the first half of the year, take your time to analyze it, get some pen and paper and start writing down. So I want you to separate your page into 4 sections. So if you got a notebook like me, just draw a line so you can have 4 sections. Make sure you have enough space so you can write full sentences. In the first section, I want you to write your goals, okay? Anything that you really want to improve, work on, anything that you want to achieve this year, I want you to write it down in this first section. I'm going to write down a goal as well, just to give you an example of what we're trying to do. Say for example here, my goal is weight loss, okay? I want to lose weight. So I write this down in the first section. Now in the second section, I want you to write everything that you need in order to achieve this goal. So this can be anything material or it could be an action that needs to be taken. So for example here, if I want to lose weight, I know that I need to exercise regularly and I also need a healthier diet. Then in the third section, you're going to need to figure out all the obstacles, okay? So all the issues, all the problems that you may have that might hold you back from achieving your goals. For example, I'm working a full-time job, so I can't really work out, or it's difficult for me to keep going to the gym regularly. So that's the first obstacle. The second obstacle is I've probably never been to the gym, so I don't really know how to train, you know, so that can be an issue as well. And a third issue may be that I'm always snacking all the time, always hungry, I just can't help it. So now in the fourth section, we are going to find solutions. So you need to take time and think about how you can fix those issues, okay? For each issue, you should find a solution and write it down. Like I said, I'm working full-time, okay? 5 days a week, 9 to 5, and I probably got 1 hour to commute on the public transport every day, so it doesn't give me much time after work, for example, to work out. So the solution here really is to make time on the weekend, okay? That's the solution, simple. Now the second solution will be, okay, I'm not very familiar with the gym, so I'm going to need to inform myself about how to exercise, how to train. So where can I find information about this? It could be on my favorite social media platform. I can use YouTube, for example, which is a great platform to learn things because of the very long form content. You can find very interesting videos on fitness and nutrition. So that would be my solution. Learn from YouTube and from the internet in general. And for my last issue, which is snacking, I'm going to need to find some healthier snack alternatives. So it's important that you spot all your obstacles and find a solution for each of them in order to achieve your goals. And for that, they need to be realistic and achievable. Remember, it's one step at a time. We need to forget about wanting to get things very quickly. Especially these days, the majority of the people have a very short attention span, and that's because with the new technologies, it's very easy to get things within the second, and we're losing a very valuable skill, which is patience. If your goal is to get rich, this is not going to happen overnight, and it's probably not going to happen in 2 weeks or 2 months. It might take over a year. Generally, it's even more than that. But if you start going on the internet and type fastest way to get rich, you will probably get scammed. If your goal is to lose 20 kilos, it's not going to happen overnight either. There's no need to look for the fastest way to lose weight, because most of the time, you're just going to feel very tired and demotivated. There's no need to go on a drastic diet. You might see some video on the internet about people losing 20 kilos in 10 days, but the chances are that those people will be quite unhealthy and probably put weight back on very fast. We don't want to do things faster, we want to do things smarter. Be realistic. So my tip here would be to practice mindfulness. You need to become aware of everything around you, your obstacles, and what you can do to overcome them. Once you've done that, let's move on to step 2, which is making plans. We're going to turn these goals into concrete plans. It's all about organization here. You're going to pick some days and time allocated to those actions and stick to them. Make sure that you write as many details as you can when possible. For example, with the weight loss, my plan is to work out 2.5 times a week. Why not 5 times a week? I'd lose weight faster like this. Well, simply because I'm being realistic here. I'm working 5 days a week, so I haven't got much time. However, I'm going to put all my intention into committing to half an hour of cardio every Wednesday at lunchtime, 1 hour of upper body workout every Friday after work, and 1 hour of lower body workout every Sunday morning. I'm also going to add to my plans to prep meal every Sunday and make sure that I write a full shopping list so that I can have all the ingredients to make healthier food. That way I'm not going to end up getting a takeaway in the middle of the week, and I'm going to make sure I get some healthy snacks as well. Very important here, you need an agenda. Whether it's a digital or a physical one, you need to get yourself an agenda or some kind of weekly planner at least. Personally, I use this academic diary 2024-2025. It's got 18 months in it, starting from July 2024, which is perfect for this mid-year reset. It even got some pages dedicated to yearly overviews, holidays and contacts. So it's quite complete, I really like it. It's cute and simple. You can find a lot of different design online for just a fiver or a tenner. Mine's from Amazon and it only cost me £7. I'll put the link in the description if you're interested in getting it. Keep in mind that this is an investment in yourself. It's a very small investment, but still it should not be overlooked. So please get yourself an agenda as soon as possible. This is essential. Why do we do this? Because organization will help you being consistent. Consistency is the key. If you want to reinvent yourself, you're going to have to stay consistent, stay focused, and you're going to need discipline. I know it's not easy, it's not always easy, and that's normal. You're in the process of changing your life. Of course, it's not going to be easy. Discipline is going to get you closer to your goals. You're going to need to work. And for that, you also need motivation. My tip here to help you with motivation would be to reward yourself and celebrate the small accomplishments. I don't mean partying every day, all the time, every time you do something. For example, with the weight loss, say if I went to the gym 3 times a week for 4 weeks without fail, I'm going to reward myself with a new outfit, maybe a fitness outfit, or if I don't resist any junk food for a month, I'll treat myself to a nice meal from my favorite restaurant. So you see this idea of rewarding yourself to get some sort of satisfaction. I think this is very important to stay motivated. Another thing that you can do as well is to restrict yourself in some way. This is probably a little more strict, but it works for me. For example, I'm a content creator. It takes me a lot of time to edit my YouTube videos, and I got this new hobby, which is painting. I really like it. I could paint all day. This is actually one of my paintings, by the way.
Wow.
So what I do is I tell myself that until I'm done editing my video, I'm not going to do any painting. Or sometimes it actually takes a lot of time to edit videos. It takes hours. So what I'd do is I'd say, okay, I'm gonna do 1 hour of editing, and after this 1 hour I can have a break and paint. And this works very well. And you know what else I notice? I just get carried on sometimes and I don't even take a break. This idea of rewarding yourself reminds me as well of when I was a child. I remember I had this very cool teacher, and at the beginning of her class, there was a quick quiz, and she used to give us very cute stickers every time we get the answers right. And I used to always work so hard so I could get a sticker. I even had a notebook where I kept my collection of stickers. So yeah, a reward always feels good and sort of keeps you motivated. And as adults, we don't necessarily do this anymore. Obviously, we're independent, so no one's going to turn up and, give us a reward for going to the gym. So we need to put these things into place ourselves. This is just a tip, by the way, especially if you struggle with discipline and motivation. Some people might not even need a treat to feel good sometimes. The simple fact that they've accomplished their task is enough for them to feel good and proud, because they can see that they are becoming a better version of themselves, and that's the reward for them. For example, again with weight loss, if I've been to the gym 3 times a week for 4 weeks without fail, and instead of treating myself, I'm going to check my weight and I'm going to find out that I lost 5 kilograms. And I'll be like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. I'm becoming a better me. And I'll be even more motivated to work harder. This mindset is honestly amazing. When you get to think like that, you can only be a winner. But it's also great to reward yourself sometimes if it helps you with motivation and, have this feeling of satisfaction. Okay, so we're moving on to step 3, which is educating yourself. This should have been part of step 2 already, because you kind of need to educate yourself in order to know what task you're going to follow. However, in step 3, we're going to go a little bit deeper and make it part of your routine. So that means that you're not just going to do it one time. For example, with exercising, I'm not just going to watch one video about fitness and then be like, okay, I know everything now, I know what I need to do, I don't need to learn anymore. Please don't do that. You need to always be open to learning. We can learn every day. Nobody is done learning. You want to expand your knowledge and really make it a habit. It doesn't have to be every day, but you could pick a day or 2 in the week where you're going to educate yourself in order to progress. Maybe, for example, I love listening to music on my way to work, but instead of doing that, every Monday, I'll listen to a podcast about nutrition, and every Saturday, whilst I'm having breakfast, I'm going to watch a video about exercising so I can learn new things. Or you might consider investing in a course or a training. It depends on your budget, and you might not have money, and that's okay, because having no money doesn't mean you can't learn. We are so lucky. In 2024, we've got a lot of free resources online. You can explore, you can learn a lot, inform yourself, educate yourself for free. If I could give you a tip here, I know that most of people spend a lot of time on social media, so I would recommend to follow the right people. Just use your favorite social media platforms, search what you're interested in. Maybe it's business, maybe it's fitness, maybe it's glowing up. Find somebody that you like, somebody that gives you a good energy, a good vibe. Another tip is to try reading books. I think reading is very powerful, it's very good for you, it's very good for your brain. Or you could find a very good, captivating podcast that you could listen to on your way to work or when you're cooking, you know. I think it's very important as well to find the content that you find the most captivating, because you want to make it fun. Learning should be fun. Step 4 is this idea of identity. We're going to create a new identity. Now, this might sound a bit unclear to you. To understand it better, we're going to look at the definition of reinvent. So, reinvent means change something so much that it appears to be entirely new. So you want to be a new person, you want to change your identity. I read this very interesting book called Atomic Habits, and I wanted to mention this idea of identity, which I think is a very interesting point. And in this book, it explains how impactful it can be to tell yourself, I am, rather than I have to. So they give a very good example in the book where you have a man who wants to quit smoking. So this is his goal. And you see that when he's going to be with a friend who's also a smoker, that friend is going to offer him a cigarette and he's going to say no to this offer. But he's going to have two ways of saying no. So the first one is going to be, no, sorry, I'm trying to quit smoking. And the second one is going to be, no, sorry, I am not a smoker. So you can see that in the second option, it's more of a statement, you know, it's an affirmation, I'm not a smoker, full stop. Whereas if he said, I'm trying to stop smoking, it's like you're doing it, but you're not sure about succeeding. This is a bit more psychological, but I think it's a great way to tackle those small habits that we want to change in our life. And this book, by the way, I highly recommend. I think it's very good. I'm going to link it in the description as well. To give you another example, I grew up in Reunion Island and the food there is absolutely amazing. The recipes are usually very long and you really need some skills to cook Reunion food. And for some reason, I never was into cooking. My dad is a chef, my mom cooks at home, my brother got interested in cooking since a young age as well, so everyone was cooking at home and I was more of a lazy girl, you know, I just love eating, so I just let them do the work and I take care of the eating. And the only time that I cooked something, it'd be something very simple like an omelette or some pasta, you know, something basic. And my family always thought that I was a bad cook, you know, they just labeled me bad cook. They just didn't think that I could ever cook a traditional dish. I never wanted to learn as well, I was very stubborn, so yeah, I was the bad cook of the family. But then I moved to England. I remember the first time I moved to England, I was au pair for a British family and I wanted to cook a traditional dish for them. I was also missing my country's food so much, so that was like the best occasion for me to give it a try. So I went on the internet, I checked some recipes. I didn't even want to ask my family for instructions. I was too embarrassed, like I didn't want them to, you know, laugh at me and tell me I can't do it. So I went online, found the recipe, cooked the food, and it wasn't bad at all. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't like mom's food, but it was decent. And it surprised me because everyone loved it. They all said, wow, this is so tasty. And I ended up cooking more and more, you know, I tried different recipes and they always loved my cooking. And this is just to say that sometimes when you want to sort of change your identity, it's important to let the people around you know about this, because I could have told my family, listen, I'm not a bad cook, let me try. But I didn't make this decision, I just accepted this label of being a bad cook, and it's only later when I relocated that I realized that I'm actually very skillful. And everyone that I cooked for really loved my food. Like, people just know me as, a great cook here. And it's funny as well how moving country can help you so much in changing your life. Like, nobody knows you, so you can just be a new person, just be the person that you want to be. So yeah, fake it till you make it. And finally, step 5, invest in yourself. Very important, guys. It doesn't matter what your goal is. If you need to spend money in order to achieve your goal, please do it. If you can't do it today, start considering saving some money, but do not overlook an investment in yourself. If your goal is to, glow up, and you need better skincare products or hair care product, buy it. Just get it. It's for you. It's for yourself. If you really struggle with exercising, you might want to get a personal trainer. Do it. Whatever you need in order to improve your life and reach your goal, don't be afraid of investing into it. The money will come back, but time won't. You can make money. There's plenty of different ways of making money. Sometimes it takes time, but that's fine. The time that you wasted stagnating and treading water will never come back. That's when the penny drops. To finish this video, I'm going to give you a bonus tip. Be grateful. Look at everything that you already have in your life. Look at all the positive sides. This is very important for your mental health. If you need to, you can practice meditation. You can do journaling. I personally use the 5-minute journal by Intelligent Change. I think it's genius. It helped me a lot every day with being more grateful and just see all the positive and just see all the good in my life. I like the concept because if you feel like you're not really good at writing or you're not the most creative person, it's kind of like guiding you in journaling. And the reason it's called the 5-minute journal is because it's only going to take you 5 minutes every morning and every evening. Anyway, if you want to give it a try, I'll put the link in my description as well. If you'd like to order any item that I recommended in that video, make sure to use my affiliate link in the description below. That way, if you end up buying something, this will also support me and my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment as well to let me know what you think. See you soon. Bye!